My name is Maurice Barnes. I'm a friend of Alexandra Park and I live in Whalley Range. Well, I'm just shocked to find that 260 trees are expected to be felled in Alexandra Park as part of the modernisation or return to heritage. And amongst those trees are going to be these beautiful ones here. And I do find that a great shame. I don't understand why so many trees have to be cut down, even though it is part of a heritage grant. Surely our heritage includes what has happened over the last few years, not just what happened in the last century. And to cut down so many trees really seems to me to be very questionable. And I hope that far fewer than 260 trees are cut down and we really concentrate on diseased trees or trees which have to come down simply for extra facilities in the park where they're really necessary and deemed necessary by the friends of the park.
My name's Louise. I live locally. I walk my friends' dogs in the park quite a lot. I think it's really good that we've got some money to do something special with the park. Friends of Alexandra Park do a lot already. It's nice to feel that we can do something to kind of refurbish what we've got. However, I do think it's quite a shame that one thing you'll never get back is time, and these trees have needed time to grow, and the nature really thrives on it. And I think the one thing about Manchester as a city is it doesn't have enough trees, it doesn't have enough nature. And I think if you were to start anything, it would be planting more rather than chopping down the ones you already have, because it's actually a place where you feel like you get away from the hustle and bustle. And I think if you get rid of all of this, like, what's the point? It's just, you can manicure things to within an inch of the life, I think that's a real shame. I think the Victorians had an image of, things growing, and if you made it back to the way the Victorians had it, when it was first created, it would pretty much be very bland, because they didn't have the time, they were starting it off, and the whole idea is to make it flourish and create a green space. So.
I lived there for at least 12 years and I always walk through this park. It's just a nice place to be sometimes. It's like a little shortcut, but if the trees are gone, it's just going to be weird. I don't think they should cut them down. It's just a nice part of nature to look at. It just ruins the whole park. I think it would anyway.
I just live over the road there, and I moved in 13 years ago, and I'll come in every day, twice a day, sometimes three, with my dogs. As far as I'm concerned, cutting the trees down is a joke, you know what I mean? Well, to be honest with you, I can't see it, because they're going to have more trouble then with the soil itself, because it's going to end up, if you go to the top there, you can see where it's already flooded now, you know what I mean? And that's with the trees there, you know what I mean? If you take the trees and the bushes away, then you're just going to end up with marshland. It's just going to be marsh, so nobody's going to get any use out of it anyway. So what's the point of that? And I only found about 2 weeks ago that they were thinking of doing it. I think it's ridiculous. Why perfectly good trees? Why knock them down? You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it. You got to remember, this was a rich man's garden. You know what I'm saying? It's now for the general public, and the general public like to see trees and not empty spaces. People who get married come here and they take the wedding photos here because, as I say, in summer and in winter, when the snow's down or whatever. It's beautiful. It's a lovely scenic, you know, somewhere to come and relax, because that's all I do. I do all my thinking in the park, and you know, and as I say, the wildlife and what have you. And I just think it's a terrible, but I'm just a small cog, you know what I mean? I haven't got a voice, you know what I'm saying?
I've been living here for 10 years. I come to this park, and this is, I walk down the avenue because this is the route I do, and I have a set route because I just like routine, and I just think it's beautiful, and I see the difference in the seasons, and you know, no, keep the trees. Who is it that wants to chop the trees down? Bring them here. Definitely no way.
If we cut down trees down, it's like really bad for the environment, because now there's less trees, and if you cut trees, trees give us oxygen, and we breathe out carbon dioxide. And if there's not trees there, then how are we gonna breathe properly? And there's a time now, like, people need trees because of stuff like pollution and stuff like that, and trees are the only thing we need.
But they said, oh, we've had lots of other meetings. I said, where do you advertise them? Oh, it's on the website. I said, you can't find the website.
Yeah, well, like I say, I haven't got a computer, and loads of people haven't.
So they did admit that the supply of information has been poor, and they're going to improve on it.
Well, okay.
So they said. But I don't know. But they can't get the money they require to do other work in the park without returning this section back to how it was when the park was originally done. That's what this bit's about. Plans had to be put in that said, this is what we are going to do.
Yeah.
And part of the lottery funding was linked to putting things back to the way they were on the original plan. So they looked at the original plans and said, right, on the original plans, none of these trees exist.
So why are we having 6 tennis courts then?
Don't know.
The thing I noticed about the avenue is that people constantly seem to be coming down it. They're attracted to it. The trees bring their energy and focus the path, and people enjoy coming down here. Every time I film, people are walking backwards and forwards, and new people are coming. It's got its own natural energy, and I think without the trees this avenue won't have that energy. I think we can put formal planting in the middle here. I think we can put formal planting, work out a design that brings some sense to this. I think the heritage of Alexandra Park doesn't have to be its original heritage, it can be its new heritage.